Captain Marvel, 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10. You'll see. I just saw the movie. Um, the intro of the movie, the whole first act of the movie, I was basically going like this. I was like, one eyebrow up, like interesting. Okay, what are you guys doing? I was buying it. I didn't know about any of this controversy beforehand about Brie Larson saying some things about some. I still don't know about it. All I know is I don't care. I don't really care when actors say their political agendas or anything. I mean, I watch the movies. I'm there to watch them act. I don't really. I mean, as long as they're not saying anything crazy, I'm not gonna really care. So I don't know about the controversy. Don't really care about the controversy. If you do, that's up to you. First things first, the beginning of the movie, like I said, the first act, I had my eyebrow raised. I was like, what? But before even that, the very beginning, the opening credits, the Stan Lee tribute. Oh my gosh. Stan Lee. He's the man. He's the man. I loved it. I love the opening credits. I loved seeing him in the bus reading the Mallrats script. Shout out to Mallrats. And I couldn't believe how perfect they did that. So I hope there's more to come still from Stanley. Hope it's not the last time we ever see him in a movie. I don't think it will be, but if it is, that's the coup de grace right there. That's the man. That's the dude. All right. So if you don't like that, you're not. You shouldn't probably be watching this video. Next, in my first complaint about this movie is the twist, I guess, in quotation marks. I mean, I don't know if it was supposed to be a twist, but I honestly saw this whole Kree being, the bad guys because I've seen Guardians of the Galaxy. I know the Kree are weird. I know they're like, they want to destroy shit. I know they're like weird. So whenever they said she's Kree and the Skrulls are the bad guys because they plant memories in your head right then and there, I was like, oh, so you planted memories in her head because you wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? They just kept mentioning things over and over. They didn't hit you over the head with it, but if you were paying attention, if you saw it coming, then you're like me. I saw it coming, which didn't really take me out of the movie at all. I really loved the the tone it was. So even if you knew it was being spoiled, you still got to see it how it got spoiled. You didn't know exactly how it was gonna happen, but it happened. And that is only because of one person. There's only one Skrull that you really get to hear from the entire movie, and that's Ben Mendelsohn. He is Talos, I believe his name is. He's great. He's a good actor. He basically sold you on Skrulls are bad for the first 30 minutes, even though I was like, oh, they're not that bad. But for the first 30, 45 minutes, you're like, oh man, Skrulls suck. And then the next 45, 30 hour, whatever it is, you're like, I'm rooting for the Skrulls. So he got you saying they suck. He got you saying they're good. He got you wanting them to get back to their own home or find a home. Uh, I think he is by far the best part of the movie other than Brie Larson. People keep saying Ben Mendelsohn is the best part of the movie. He's the best part for what his part is. The best part of the movie is Brie Larson. Brie Larson being basically, from what I've seen, being dope. She was a bit of a not a jerk. I don't know how to put it. I would say a dick, but that's usually how you describe a male, which it doesn't really matter. But she was just very catty. I think is the word. Very like, oh, you have something to say? Well, I'm gonna say something right back. Oh, sarcastic maybe, I guess. She didn't really care too much about what you're supposed to do. She was doing her own thing the entire movie, and I think that says a lot about how they wanted this movie to go. They didn't want it to be like, oh, it's Thor. She's gonna be really super jokey, super blah 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 blah, and at the end of the day, she's gonna end up doing what you wanted. No, she did what she wanted the entire movie. She went away at the end and helped the Skrulls, which is what she would have done, I guess. I'm not sure. They didn't really set up too much about her in the Air Force. They didn't show too much of her childhood, anything like that. They said, oh, her parents. She didn't have a family. That's why she connected with the other family, with her friend and her friend's daughter, which I think was also some of the best parts of the movie. That was just adorable. It was cute. I mean, it brought Carol back down to earth, get that sour taste out of her own mouth because she was just upset at the world, I think, because she didn't know who she was. She wanted to know a lot, but she couldn't figure it out. She lost her memories because of the Kree, who, let me reinstate, the Kree were the bad guys in this movie. The Skrulls were not the bad guys. They were the antagonists in a way for like 15 minutes. And then they're like, no, they're actually the good guys. So, Kree, you kind of suck. Everyone else, you're cool. Samuel L. Jackson, which I haven't seen anyone else. I've seen a couple of the reviews online. No one else has mentioned this little tidbit that I love. Whenever he was driving in the desert, going to the Pegasus Air Force Base or whatnot, his glasses, his glasses were purple. Doesn't really matter, but I think that was the tiniest bit of shout outs to Mace Windu, his motherfucking awesome Jedi. Boy had purple glasses in the 90s. Maybe it was a shout out to Prince. I don't know. But it was a shout out. So if you don't think that's a shout out, you don't know what a shout out is. That's what's up. Jude Law, Samuel L. Jackson, Ben Mendelsohn, Brie Larson. Those are the four people of this movie. There's also Brie Larson's friend. I didn't write her name down. I should have. She was a big part of the movie as well. She got them all out of space, brought them back down without getting them killed. She seems like she's going to be a great pilot. I think her and her daughter are going to have something to do with the future of this movie. I swear if they see in Avengers Endgame, if her friend is dusted and her daughter is not, and then she's somehow like a genius now or something like that, which I could easily see. Just don't do that. It's just, a lot of this movie was predictable. I mean, I saw the twist coming in the very beginning. Just don't do that. Do not have that be that predictable. Please, please. I love the movie, but there was some predictability issues. The last person I want to talk about is Jude Law. Jude Law was Jude Law. He acted like Jude Law does. He was very obvious in his intentions throughout the whole movie. Do not give in to your emotions. You clearly, once they showed like the Skrull who shot that person, you're like, no, they barely showed it with like a tint. You're like, okay, so they're obviously trying to cover something up. That's obviously not who it's supposed to be. And my first guess was, okay, it's Jude Law. Jude Law's a bad guy. Even though he's not a bad guy, he's just doing what he has to do for his civilization. Kree this, Kree that, whatever. Jude Law, he was obvious, but I'm hopeful that he can come back in a future movie and maybe kind of redeem himself, maybe kind of be a different character, because this character was boring. Before I get into the end credits, I want to just give my overall view of the movie, because the end credits are separate. I'd have to say I like the movie. I'd give it 8 out of 10, 7.8945, 6 out of 10. It's so close to being like, it's not. Before the movie started, I said it better at least be Doctor Strange. That was the bar. Like, Doctor Strange is the bar for me. If it's below Doctor Strange, which is like, Thor 2. I mean, I love Captain America. I love all the Captain Americas. But that first Captain America, I mean, it's just tough for me. So if you're going to go, Doctor Strange is the bar. If it's better than Doctor Strange, awesome. If it's worse, you got some work to do. This was, I'd say, above Doctor Strange. This was above Doctor Strange. It was above Ant-Man. Was it above Ant-Man? It was above Ant-Man and the Wasp. It was above a few movies. I wouldn't say it's in the top 10 Marvel movies at all. It's not in the bottom 5. So it's in the middle of the pack. It's a middle of the pack Marvel movie. I'd give it, I'm sticking with it, an 8 out of 10. I really like all the other Marvel movies, so that's why it's middle of the pack. 8 out of 10 is middle of the pack for me for Marvel. So that's that. If you want any other details about the movie, comment below. If there's any commenters out there, appreciate it. End credits. The end credits was kind of the most jump out of the seat moment for me. That shit was crazy. I was waiting for it. And now we know why they haven't released a second trailer. Because the second trailer for Avengers Endgame is going to be Captain Marvel. The whole trailer, I guarantee you, will be Captain Marvel. It's going to be Captain Marvel on top of Captain Marvel. Just so people, I mean, I don't know how good the box office will do. I saw it on yesterday. And from what I could gather, people were clapping. People were really into the movie. The credits. I mean, everyone stayed. Obviously, if you're at the opening, you kind of have to stay for end credits. And my jaw dropped. I was like, "Oh shit!" I mean, this is the end game. They showed you right then and there what's up. It's basically a whole. I wouldn't say a scene. It's 30 seconds, 45 seconds of the Avengers Endgame, and it looks like they were trying to reboot her pager. They must have found Samuel L. Jackson's pager somewhere in the street, and they were like, all right, we have to send another message. But by the time they were like, all right, fire it up, send another message, Captain Marvel came. So how long did that take from the first message to where Captain Marvel is? For them trying to redo the message? Is it months? Is it a year? Is it 5 days? We don't know. In my opinion, I think Captain Marvel will probably be the strongest hero in Marvel, which I have no problem with. I just think I still don't know what her power level is. So I think she's going to be the strongest, but I don't know how strong that is. She could shove a fist up the Hulk's ass for all I know. I don't know what's going to happen. But I can tell you that she's going to fuck some shit up. She's going to tear the world upside down if some shit happens. I mean, especially to her friend or her friend's daughter. Ooh, she will go Super Saiyan so hard. We think we saw her Super Saiyan. I bet there's even another level to this. I bet she is going to go so high in the next movie that we're going to be like, oh shit, she's a god. She's a fucking Thor, dude. You know what I'm saying? Thor, I think right now is the strongest. Don't get me started on this. Hulk is obviously the strongest, but the strongest is Thor. Now, Captain Marvel. This is the end of the video. Hope you liked it. Hope you stuck around for the whole thing. If you did, subscribe, drop a comment below. Let me know what your thoughts are. I really like to know what everyone's thoughts are on this movie. I've heard good, I've heard bad. Please let me know. I'm out. See ya.